Good morning. How are you today? I am doing just fine here myself. I am the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince, and welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show, coming to you each and every day right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles, of course, for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or the Mike Prince Show. Our YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website is obnradio.com. And of course, we have the 24-hour message line that you can leave your questions, thoughts, comments, or concerns with at 713-570-6736. And without any further delay, we'll jump right into today's episode. Today's episode is being sponsored by JZE Building and Restoration, located in the Houston, Texas area. They are able to build your house of dreams to add on to your current house of dreams. They're able to handle AC work, fencing work, whatever type of work you need around your home, or for commercial projects that you may have. You can reach JZE Building and Restoration at 832-319-8477 and get your plans off the ground today. And speaking of getting plans off of the ground, Commissioner Dr. Charles McClellan, after reaching his 90-day mark, has begun to make his moves. He has relieved of services his assistant commissioner and director of communications. So now the search will begin for those replacements as the Southwest Athletic Conference continues to restructure and move towards what some would hope to be a brighter future. Not saying that the two that were relieved of duties did a bad job or anything to that nature. It's to be expected whenever new leadership comes in, once they get an assessment of what's going on in and out of the office, they begin to make their strategic moves in order to shape the team that they would feel necessary to help them achieve the goals at hand. So we do want to thank Mr. Edgar Gant and Mr. Peter Houlihan for the years of service to the Southwestern Athletic Conference and to the aid and service here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. They've been nothing but professional and poised from my interactions with them, and I do wish them a very, very quick landing on their feet as they'll move on. So the stage is now being set. Dr. McClellan is making his marks, and now it's time for everyone else to make the necessary adjustments to go full steam ahead. And speaking of going full steam ahead, we talked a little bit about recruiting on yesterday. In fact, I got a couple of inquiries on recruiting and a couple of inquiries upon the results of this past championship game between Alcorn and Southern. Some are saying don't buy the hype, don't believe the hype. It was like this when it first came to Houston, and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And my response to that is simply this. I still say it was a great move, a good move, just in ticket sales alone, before expenses, this, that, and the other. Is estimated that Alcorn made over $700,000. And whatever the expenses would be after that, clear profit. Yes, you get a neutral site, you get this big fancy site, and what happens is you got all this space that will never get filled or used, and then you have a situation where you're spending money just for a look or an image. And my question is this. Why we're concerned about being in these venues that are too large. I'd rather have a place that might be undersized. But one thing I can guarantee you, you're talking about imagery and the look for the rest of the world to see. I'd rather have 20,000 people in a place that was seated for maybe 15, 17,000 than to have 20,000 people in a place that was seated for 40, 50,000. It's just something about the illusion of television that makes it seem a little bit more attractive than a bunch of empty seats, a bunch of empty chairbacks looking back at you. That's just my point of view. You find that sweet spot, I believe a place that can hold between 25, maybe 30 max will be a great place. We have some facilities within the conference that could accommodate that. And another alternative could be that just like they do for volleyball, soccer, you could bid it out. You have a couple of places right now within the conference that could accommodate a championship game if you feel that it is too much to try and let the host team be the top seeded team. I really think that's part of the reward of being good. That's just me. But you could bid it out. Alabama State's facility would be large enough. Southern University's facility would be large enough. Jackson State's facility would be large enough. If the schedule would permit, BBVA from Texas Southern, that facility would be large enough. You could even consider Prairie View. That facility would be large enough. And maybe you could rotate the bids out within those schools within your conference or just keep it as is. That's just me. But one thing that the commissioner did say is that wherever the game will be held, that city would have to buy in and invest back into the conference. That is going to play a major factor on the success that is desired to continue moving the football championship forward. We'll see exactly how this unfolds and develops. Of course, we're still in the infancy stages of the McClellan era. So to be continued. And speaking of to be continued, we want to take a quick pause. And when we come back, we'll talk about Prairie View A&M University men's basketball. You're listening to the Mike Prince Show right here on the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Reach more potential customers through our sports radio package by dialing 832-213-8824. This next segment will be brought to you by attorney Lee Van Richardson in Hempstead, Texas. If you keep living long enough, you're going to need a qualified, bona fide attorney. And attorney Lee Van Richardson is that guy. He's located at 1047 Austin Street in Hempstead, Texas. The phone number to make an appointment is 979-826-8008. Prairie View's men's basketball team fell short last night on the road yet again, losing to Louisiana Tech by the score of 82-68. Gary Blackson continues to stay hot. He's averaging right now 15.3 points as he is the top leading scorer for the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. The Panthers' overall record now drops to 1-8 on the young season. The Panthers will next be on the hardwood December 11th. They'll take on University of Louisiana at Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. They're at 5-3, and they'll close out December with ball games on December 20th. They'll go out to Seattle to take on the 8-2 Seattle squad and close out December 29th taking on Winthrop, 4-4 school representing the Big South. I know it's a practice for HBCUs to use your non-conference games as fundraisers, but it's also something noteworthy of looking into a little bit further. This has an impact on your fan base. We talk a lot about marketing. We talk a lot about getting people out to the events. The bottom line is this: people come out when there are signs of life in your win-loss column. That's just a proven fact. You know, marketing is a part of that lure, but winning is the overall cure. And you have to put your coaches, you have to put your student athletes, you have to put them in the best possible scenarios of winning. That's what it's all about. That's how you build your brand. And I'm not talking about taking on a bunch of cream puffs, but you find teams that are equally talented, that's playing on a balanced playing surface, if you allow me to say it in that manner. but something that is going to give us the best of both worlds. I know it's early in round two of Brother Washington's leadership in this athletic department, and I'm hoping that as we move forward, this is something that can strongly be considered, that we can change the dynamics of athletics, not just at Prairie View, but throughout the world of HBCU. And I know I can hear you right now. Well, Prince, how else we going to raise the money? The folks won't give. The folks won't do this. The folks won't do that. It is an opportunity for us to use our creative, out-the-box thinking to address that. We can't continue to do the same thing over and over and expect different results. That is the mark of insanity. Proverbs 14:12 say, there is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is death. If you continue to do what you think is right and don't remotely try to change, eventually we all will run out of grace. Speaking of running out of grace, I'm out of time for today. I must exit stage left. I am the radio guy, the Dr. Mike Prince. Remember to follow us each and every day right here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter are The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure and subscribe to that. You guys have been responding. Subscribe to that because we're going to have unique and creative content for YouTube only. Our website is obnradio.com. I've got to go. Until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.